Hi, welcome to Reinhardt Redwood Regional Park, just one of 73 of the East Bay Regional Parks in Alameda and Contra Costa County. My name is Susan Ramos. I'm one of the naturalists with the Park District. I just wanted to talk about the rainbow trout in this spot where this monument is that marks the spot where rainbow trout were first identified and given its scientific name. So back in 1855, Mr. Nevins found this fish in the creek that he had never seen before, and he took it to the California Academy of Sciences, where a man named Dr. Gibbons gave it its scientific name, Salmo iridia. Now, later on, of course, they've changed the scientific name, but I won't get into all of that right now. But I want to talk a little bit about rainbow trout, because these rainbow trout live in Upper San Leandro Reservoir, and during the rainy season, between January and March, they make their migration to this creek to lay their eggs. So follow me over here. I've got some, I want to show you the fish ladder over here. So what's special about this is that this is a place where there's an original strain of the original rainbow trout. So they make their way up at night, making their migration up to these deeper pools where the females will dig a little tiny nest. It's called a red in the gravel. And the gravel has to be very specific, like 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter. And she digs a little nest or little scrape in the gravel where she'll lay up to 1,000 eggs. And the male will deposit his milt, and then they'll make their migration all the way back to the Upper San Leandro Reservoir, and leaving the small fry here to develop. They're actually attached onto a yolk. It's like an egg yolk, sort of, and they'll stay in the creek until they're a little bit older, and then when the next year, when the rains come, they'll make their migration up to this Upper San Leandro Reservoir. So what's really special here is that this is one of the original strains, as I mentioned. These fish are landlocked. At one time, they probably made their way out to the San Francisco Bay and out to the ocean, but now they're landlocked. They're not able to get all the way to the San Francisco Bay. But they're very special because these trout were taken from this area and taken to a hatchery at Lake Chabot. And from there, they were distributed all over the world. So now rainbow trout can be found everywhere. And they're a very popular species for fishing. But there's no fishing here in our creek. That's why it's so important to protect this creek and the habitat that's here. We have fences kind of blocking so that people and dogs and other things won't come down. Because every time you come down to the creek, you might bring some dirt with you, some erosion, and then that clogs up some of the gravel where the trout are laying their eggs. So we want to make sure that we keep the creek protected for this special animal, the rainbow trout. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned something about these amazing fish, the rainbow trout, and hopefully you'll have a chance to see them in the creek sometime. Bye.